Players Weekend this weekend. You were playing when we first did the names, and just how cool is it for them to be able to express themselves the way they can this weekend?
I love it. I think you earn the right to play in the big leagues. You should be able to show a little bit of your own flavor, your own flair, and I think it's a really cool event. I missed the jerseys. I thought the jerseys was really fun with the nicknames and things like that. But guys getting to design their bats and their cleats and get to do that. It's gonna be a fun weekend.
What'd you have on yours?
I believe.
When you look at this Braves lineup, like I just looked at the start letter lineup, it doesn't look like a team that has the record that they have. And I know you're very respectful of teams that they are going against. What stands out about that offense when it's clicking right, when you have like an Olsen hitting twice, second, and Acuna coming back?
There's no holes in their lineup. There's no easy outs. You're going to get a professional at bat 1 through 9, and that's the way the Braves have always been. Records are records. It doesn't matter. You have to go out and play that team that night and beat them, and this is going to be a really difficult series for us. And this is a really talented team. They can beat you in a number of different ways, and obviously they've been doing it for a long time, and they're having a rough year win-loss wise, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to click in any given day. So we got to play our type of baseball. We have to play clean baseball and keep them at bay on offense and find a way to score some runs.
How do you play 730 some games in a row?
Yeah, you post every day. He's been that way since we played together in Oakland, and Matt Olson he wants to play, and it's part of what they do there in Atlanta as well. I mean, Freddie Freeman did it before him, and it's what you do, and it's what I was told when I got there. It said we're the Braves, we win and we play every day, and that's what you do.
How was Means feeling like ahead of going out? Was he looking forward to getting back in a?
Yeah, I chatted with him a little bit during the game yesterday, and he's just excited. He's just so happy to be back pitching, and he's feeling great. So I'm excited to hear the report tonight after he throws, and just super happy for him. I mean, 2 Tommy Johns, but kind of back to back like the way it was. So it's got to feel good. Excuse me. It's got to feel good to be back out on the mound.
What do you remember about facing him when you were playing?
Yeah, I don't think I had the privilege of facing him because he threw from the wrong side for me. But I just remember a tenacious competitor and really good stuff coming right at you. I mean, he's a big dude, and he's a physical presence coming right at you and through hard and really good stuff.
Voter, have you had any conversations with him or internally about, I know this is but if he's ready to pitch in a big league game, could he potentially work out of the bullpen? Are you looking at him expressly as a starter? Or is that still up in the air?
We haven't spoken about any of that. We want to make sure that he goes through the full rehab process as a starter. And then once we get, if we're fortunate enough to get to the point where he feels like he can go and we feel comfortable, then we'll roll with it.
With a guy like,
Thank you.
and I don't know if you answered anything of this, I'm sorry, I wasn't here, but like Enright, as you've watched him, you said right away you thought he had good enough stuff to be in the back of the bullpen. Going through like last night, how much does that help him kind of understand score change? It's just games and just things that you go through. Or do you need those moments to kind of get where you?
Yeah, I think you heard him reflect on the first time he came in, in a big spot in San Francisco, and Wilmer Flores hits a ground ball down the third baseline, and it's a 2-run double, not a ground ball to the third baseman, and so really makes a decent pitch, but the result wasn't there. And you heard him say, yeah, I learned from the last time, and then there. I think, again, like last night, a couple soft singles and a walk, but that made us have to bring Cade in. And every time these guys are going through these experiences, they're going to learn. And Nick's shown us in this short time that he's a quick learner, and he's going to apply what he felt, what he experienced. He's going to apply that the next time out. And Nick has been phenomenal for us, and he picked us up huge last night, got 5 big outs on a night where when the guys added on, we wanted to try to avoid using more than one bullpen guy, and he was so efficient in the 8th, and he really was efficient in the 9th as well.
What do you say about, I can knock with just how many young guys you've used in leverage roles in the last 2 years, and it hasn't seemed too big for them? What does that say about what you guys are doing?
Yeah, I think it's a testament to the people in this organization. The players they're competitors. They're ready for this, and it's our coaches, our support staff, and the confidence that everyone in the building gives them, and the way that our pitching coaches talk to them. We don't talk to them, okay, now you're young, let's learn. No, it's, you have the stuff to go do this, let's go do it. And we have to take opportunities to give young guys chances in big spots, because that's what we're built on. And in order for us to get where we want to go, everyone in the building needs to step up in a big spot. And if you never give a young guy an opportunity like that, you won't find out. So we've had a number of young guys step up and help us win games. There's
been some talk that Brian Snitker may retire at the end of the year. What do you appreciate about him and what he's meant to the game?
I think, obviously, Snit is one of my favorite people I've ever been around in this game. He was so great to me as a player, and I look up to him. The loyalty that he has for the Atlanta Braves organization, the loyalty they have to him. He did whatever they asked of him at any given time, becomes the manager, leads them to multiple playoff runs, a World Series. He's just such a great human being, and he's a servant, and he's a smart baseball guy, obviously. And Brian Snitker, one of the best to ever do it, and just so appreciate that I got the opportunity to work for him.
What are your kind of main takeaways about the way Cade has made this transition lately?
I mean, Cade's Cade. I mean, no matter what the spot, no matter the situation, nothing's too big for him, and he's just embraced, pitching later in games, not being the fireman and, kind of getting a more traditional back end role. He's handled it unbelievably, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do in the future.
From dealing with pitchers throughout your career, like, what is the difference from earlier in the game as opposed to closing? Is there really something to it mentally, you think?
Oh, yeah. I had it described to me this way by a coach I had, and said anybody can walk across. You take a 4x6 table, anybody can walk across that table, but you put the table up 3,000 feet in the air, who's going to walk across the table? And that's what pitching in the ninth is. That's where the pressure is. It's 3 outs, but it's the last 3 outs of the game.
You spend much time with him away from the field? Like, is he the same? Does he ever get rattled or emotional or anything?
I've never seen it. I don't spend much time with any of our players away from the field, but Cade, he's the same person every day. He is routine oriented. He makes sure he does all the things he needs to do, and he's an elite human being. Treats everybody kindly, and he's just consistent.
You got me thinking about something, because I've wondered about this for a long time. The last 3 outs from a pitching side are different. Is that because hitters tend to ratchet things up a little bit too when they go to the plate in the ninth inning? I mean, the game seems like those last 3 outs are a lot harder to get. Is that because the hitters do something maybe a little bit different?
I don't know. I can't speak for everybody else, but the way I was taught was you don't want to be the one that makes the last out of the game. And yeah, this is your last opportunity, so you really bear down, you really focus in on your at-bats like we always do, but it's the last 3 outs of the game. It's get something done or you're going home, and no one wants to leave the ballpark after a loss. So you're getting the hitters at their best, and that's why closers are some of the best pitchers in the world, because it doesn't matter that you're getting hitters at their best.
He's obviously an example of a guy, filling the role, stepping up or whatever, but like, what do you think is allowed, like, from a big picture standpoint, the entire team to, after the Class A news came out, that announcement, obviously, things could have gone a different way, but it seemed like you guys just keep winning series. So what is allowed there?
It's the people. It's the people in that room. They don't allow things to shake them. They don't allow things to get them down. They are in this for each other. We've had a number of things kind of punch us in the gut this year, and our guys have handled every single one of them in stride, and we tried our best to remain the same demeanor, same attitude, same mindset, and it's next guy up mentality. And our guys have all stepped up, and I couldn't be more proud of these guys for the way they've handled the first part of this year.
One more on the Braves, if you don't mind. Just Albies is playing really well this week. You've played with him, and just in reading, seems like he could be he may not be the best player on the team, but it seems like he could kind of be a spark plug to them. Is that fair to say? And I know he's not at the top of the order like he used to be. What did you learn being around him that makes him so fun to be around?
Ozzie Albies was my favorite baseball player until I got to watch Jose Ramirez play every day. He's the closest thing I've seen to the Jose Ramirez mentality, the way they play the game, the way they approach, the way they treat their teammates. And Ozzie has been one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. I love watching him play. Hope he just misses about 12 balls this weekend. But no, Ozzie is the spark plug. He gets them going.
When you're Bo and Hedgie and you're the pitchers and you're going over the, pre-scouting report, looking at when you got a guy like Harris that's on that kind of heater, what does that do when that gets your attention? What are the conversations like?
It's just stick with what we know. Our pitchers have strengths and know where we can go with him, but stick with our strengths. I mean, we know who's hot, who's not, but that really doesn't matter because it's baseball. On any given night, somebody can get it rolling, and on any given night, somebody can go for 4. And we just have to make our pitches and stick to what we do.
Surprise you that the only major league team that Jose Ramirez hasn't homered against is the Atlanta Braves?
Well, he's probably only played against them like 3 or 4 times, right? So, yeah, I mean, I think, it's one of those things that now with the new rules, he'll get more opportunities. But, yeah, that's pretty crazy.